Yeah, so we're on for the bronze game.
Yes, first game of the second day of the Swedish Championships.
Yeah, my name is Killbubs. Beside me I have...
I'm Nilf.
And we will try to guide you through this game that is gonna be played between Norrköping Roller Derby against Luleå Roller Derby. And they're competing for third place.
Yeah, we're going to give out some medals today.
Yeah.
This is a bronze game. Really awesome. Both teams have made a really nice season this season, and they've finished third and fourth place.
Yeah.
In the bracket.
And Luleå is kind of the veterans in the Swedish Championships. They've competed in all 5.
Yeah.
And Norrköping is kind of the newbies in Swedish League. They got into the Elite Series just last year on home turf when Swedish Championships was played in Norrköping, their hometown. And now they're up for third place. That's kind of a nice development for this team.
Yeah, it's a big leap to make in just one season. And I think they might be really hungry for some revenge in this game, because last they tried to make the Elite Series in 2015. They played Luleå, and Luleå won that game in Sundsvall in 2015. And that's the last time they played at the championships. They played in the series, but this is going to be the first game in the championships.
Yeah, and that time Luleå won with 184 to 138. So it wasn't a big win for them. But last time these two teams met was during the series games this January, and then Norrköping won big. They won 285 against 87. So I would say that Norrköping is in favor to win this game, but don't underestimate the hunger from Luleå to finally make it to bring home a medal, because they've been competing for this. Yeah, they've tried for a long time.
Yeah.
And
and there's a lot of experience on the team in Luleå. It's one of the older leagues in Sweden, and we've seen a couple of players who've actually played every championship as well, who are still on the team. So it's an experienced team coming from our northernmost league, Luleå Roller Derby.
And now we see Luleå Roller Derby lining up for presentation. Nilf, you want to say who is going to be on the track today?
Yes, we have for Luleå Roller Derby, Slaughter's Daughters, we have number 10 Roadkill, number 101 Cruella de Gil, number 1010 Louise Jönsson, 17 Killin, 19 Gaby Grenade, 23 Lucy Slayer, number 4 General Haywire, number 43 Adrenaline, number 48 Ruby Disaster, 627 Juni Jinx, 64 Joy Destroyer, 82 Rolling Riot, and number 9 Tasmanian D. And coach is Cinderella Bonebreaker, and lineup Laid Lackey.
Yeah, and for the Norrköping Roller Derby Sluts United, we have number 1281 Kamikaze, number 14 the Shotinator, 18 Blocktopussy, 21 Lady Zizu, number 212 Queen Jezebel, 253 Tiny Terror, 30 Raccoon Riot, 3-2-1 Agonia Knox. 3-3 Becky Blackout. 4-0 Molotova. 5-7 Carousel. And 5-6-7-8 Miss Ruby Jackson. Number 8 Vaseline. And number 9 Mama. And on the bench, you will have Coach Papa and lineups Head Nilsson and Lord Loldemort.
Yes, that's Norrköping Roller Derby, a big family with the Mama and the Papa both coming to the champs. It's a really dedicated team. As we said, they played a really good season, and they're really dedicated to getting a medal as well.
Yeah, they only lost one game this season, and they are third place in the series right now.
Yes.
Luleå lost 2 games against Crime City and against Norrköping.
Yeah, it's been a really interesting season that way because I don't think any team is undefeated. All teams have sort of done some upsets, and it's been really interesting to see. It's not been very clear how this season was going to pan out.
Yeah, actually, the Royal Army actually lost all their games.
Oh, okay, yeah,
and will go down to Division 1 for next season. But yeah, it's been a really interesting season. We've seen, as we said, Sluts United climbing up the positions since they only just got into the Elite Series this year.
Yeah, that's the first new team on the series who make it to third place.
Yeah.
Really well done from Norrköping. They should be proud of their season.
Yeah.
And let's see how long they make it today at the champs.
Yeah. About the Elite Series, if you go and look at Derby Kalendern, you will see that Stockholm Roller Derby is not in the Swedish Championships. They're not in the Elite Series. That's because their All-Star team has chosen to let their B team play the series here in Sweden. So their B team is currently in Division 1.
But they're going to play the Elite Series next year because they won Division 1 and will be playing the Elite Series next year, along with Gothenburg Roller Derby, Dock City Rollers, Luleå, Norrköping, and the Crime City Rollers.
Yeah. And Gothenburg Roller Derby is still in the Elite Series. They were supposed to play Umeå Roller Derby, but unfortunately Umeå had to give a walkover. They have been having some troubles with having enough players.
Yes, so Umeå will be playing the Division 1 next year as well.
Yeah.
And new this season will be the Division 2 as well. We'll have the Elite Series, Division 1 and Division 2 in Swedish Roller Derby, which is quite awesome. Even more teams are popping up all over Sweden and are ready to play that series.
We will have 15 teams.
Yes.
For next year.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's a lot of roller derby.
That's a lot of roller derby to watch. And here in Sweden, we usually divide our the games in weekends where we play. The teams play a lot of games the same weekend. So we have 5. They have 5 weekends this series that they met all over Sweden. The first time they actually went to Luleå.
Yeah, Sweden is a big country, and it's a lot of travel for some of the teams, especially teams like Luleå, who are from far north up in Sweden. They're pretty far away from many of these weekends, and as we saw now as well, Umeå not being able to play at the championships in the game against Gothenburg. Travel is an issue, obviously, and many of these teams also play internationally and travel to other countries to play for an international WFTDA ranking as well.
Yeah, we've been seeing that with recently the two Gothenburg teams, Stock City Rollers and Gothenburg Roller Derby, who's been doing their first trips over to the United States to play, to get their rankings up, since the European teams are traditionally underranked. And we are getting ready for the first jam.
Yes.
It is Louise Jönsson on the jam line for Luleå Roller Derby.
High five there with Raccoon Riot, number 30 from Norrköping Roller Derby.
Raccoon Riot, who did a really good game, as well as Louise. I would say the two sharpest jammers that these two teams have with them to this championship.
They're both really quick and really strong.
Yeah, they have to really watch the edges, the blockers.
And with Louise, you have to watch the air as well.
Yeah.
That's a jumper.
It is Raccoon Riot who has lead. And
yes, but Louise is also through for initial pass.
Yeah, and we see how Louise is trying.
There's the air time.
Yes, she will.
Unfortunately, no points for Louise, 2 points for Raccoon Riot in the first jam.
Yes.
We're started. This is so exciting.
And we have Killen on the jam line for Luleå. We just saw a replay there of the jump.
Yes, and for Norrköping we have Kamikaze. Killen makes it on the outside line. They're through in just a couple of seconds, but Kamikaze is only a couple of meters behind. Let's see if there's some quick point scoring here, some official help, some offensive help from the blockers, and Killen calls it off.
Yeah, we could see how the Luleå blockers kind of kept the inside of the track.
It's the first lead change of the game. 4 points to Luleå, 3 points to Norrköping Roller Derby. This is going to be a close one, I hope.
Here we see Killen just jumps over past one of her fellow teammates, Adrenaline.
Yes, and we're ready for the next jam.
We have Louise against Raccoon Riot once again, and there you can see Louise she just needs a few centimeters to.
But it's a track cut. Unfortunately, Louise has to go to the penalty box for 30 seconds. Raccoon Riot will try and do their best to use this opportunity for point scoring. And there's the initial pass.
Yeah, Louise did get some penalties yesterday.
Yeah. The blockers are using the time well here, setting up for offense. The Norrköping wall have divided Luleå's wall already before Raccoon Riot made contact. That's some clever play there. They've got a goat, or an egg, as we say, behind them.
And Raccoon Riot is switching inside to outside, and
Louise is back.
yeah, and really, she really elbowed her way, not with her elbows, of course, but she shouldered her way through the pack, and will not receive any points since Raccoon Riot
took 5 points.
Yeah.
That's the second lead change. We have 8 points to Norrköping, 4 points for Luleå. And both teams now with their pivots in the penalty box. So we have 3 walls on the jammer line, getting ready for the next jam.
And it is number 17, Killen, for Luleå Roller Derby against Kamikaze for Norrköping Roller Derby. Playing for the bronze medal. And Killen trying to find her way on the outside, getting asked out on both inside and outside.
Yeah, both jammers now struggling with the walls. Kamikaze gets hit out by Ruby Disaster and has to recycle to the back of the pack. Does use that opportunity, however, and gets out. Even though Killen made the first initial, and his lead jammer makes a quick score of 4 points and calls it off. It's a tie game, 8 points for both teams.
8-8.
Yep, let's hope it's a close one. If you want to communicate with us or share your thoughts and photos, you can share them on Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag RollerDerbySM. And we hope you're enjoying this game. Send us photos of your viewing parties. And I hope there are viewers interested in the Swedish Championships outside of the nation as well. Sweden is an interesting country for roller derby.
Yeah, and for the first time we have number 10 Roadkill jamming for Luleå Roller Derby, but it is Raccoon Riot who finds big space on the outside, gets through and gets lead, while Roadkill is recycled back, takes off her jammer panty and finds her way through.
Yeah, didn't need the help of the pivot there. Wasn't opening on the outside. Raccoon Riot calls it off, scores 4 points, and Norrköping is in the lead, 12 points to 8.
Norrköping has Becky Blackout in the penalty box, so a slight uphand for Luleå with 4 blockers against 3. We have Louise Jönsson on the jam line for Luleå against Miss Ruby Jackson, back from her 9-month injury. And
Louise Jönsson makes it out, but does cut the track on the way there. So Miss Ruby Jackson is the only jammer on the track, and she gets out as lead jammer.
yeah, and Luleå also loses Gabby Grenade to the penalty box.
Big opportunity now for Norrköping Roller Derby to increase their lead.
Yes, we have Miss Ruby getting hit by Luleå blockers, but getting great offense from her teammates.
Yeah, the Norrköping were doing offense in 2 different spots on the track there. Really well coordinated. They took out 2 of the blockers, and Miss Ruby Jackson only had to pass the 1. A replay there of the
cut track on Louise Jönsson, and we have a power start for Raccoon Riot with Louise Jönsson standing in the penalty box, so it won't be that long that Raccoon Riot will have the track to herself.
No, just a couple of seconds here to do offense. Let's see if Norrköping managed.
That was such a nice apex jump, and it's kind of Louise, she figured that she is...
the element of surprise was big on that one.
Yeah, and we saw there with some help from number 48, Ruby Disaster, holding back one of Norrköping's blockers, giving Luleå a point there, but Norrköping actually taking 2.
Yeah, they got the ghost point for the blocker in the penalty box as well.
Yeah, we have Tasmanian D sitting in the penalty box for a track cut.
Yes, and now we have Killen jamming for Luleå, while Kamikaze jams for Norrköping.
And Killing getting a hit, and
gets a track cut,
yeah, we saw how Queen Jezebel was recycling her, and she didn't notice, which unfortunately led to a trip to the box. This might be the way Luleå goes down if they're gonna have their jammers in the box.
Usually not a good place for jammers.
No.
I like my jammers on the track.
And we have Kamikaze scoring 5 points, going up to her second scoring pass, going quite easily.
Yeah, Luleå had some problems with a bunch of penalties yesterday in the first game as well. They came back in the second half, and I think they managed to minimize that.
Yeah, they did have two foul outs yesterday's game against Dock City Rollers.
Yes, and now Killen gets another cut penalty and has to another 30 seconds. So Kamikaze will try and get as many points out of this as possible, I guess.
We did.
Falls to the floor, however. Seems like it was a slip
Yeah, the floor is a bit slippery. We've been getting reports from the players. It's painted concrete, if you are interested.
Yeah,
in
not
knowing
really trustworthy in all spots. Sometimes it just gives way.
Yeah. So we saw a few of these slips yesterday, mostly in the game that you played, Nate. So you played the co-ed game against Chaos.
Yeah, it was a bit unsteady.
We have a power start, Raccoon Riot jamming, but Killen is now back on the track, juking, trying to get on the inside, trying the outside, but faces a really strong wall with Mama, and number 14, the Shotinator, gets recycled back.
Yes, and Raccoon Riot is the lead jammer. Interesting to see both teams setting up a 3-wall with a double brace and a forward, just one forward blocker, that they sort of reform into a 3-wall with two forward blockers. Both teams doing this. It's quite interesting.
Raccoon Riot coming in for another scoring pass on power jams as Killen is in the box.
Yes, Killen still sitting down in the box.
Now we see a lot of blockers heading for the penalty box.
Raccoon Riot, another 5 points.
Both teams have 2 blockers in the box, and Killen is standing, getting ready to enter the track again. Raccoon Riot going for another scoring pass.
Yeah, Norrköping noticed that Killen is back up, and they set up a wall to catch.
Hit out Killen, recycled her back. Getting some offense from her blockers, but now getting ready for Raccoon Riot. Gives Raccoon Riot quite a hit. Gabby Grenade is back on the track.
Yeah, both teams now with the full team on the track. Raccoon Riot bounces off of one of their own players, gets through for another 4 points.
Yeah, Norrköping up to 18 points.
Killen has taken off the jammer panty.
Keeping it in her hand. And Raccoon calls out that jam. Collected 18 points. And obviously now we see Luleå taking a team timeout. They need to discuss what's happening on the track and correct what they can as soon as possible, because right now we have 40, help me count here, 46 point lead for Norrköping Roller Derby.
Yes, after 12 minutes played, it's about 1/6 of the game. So there's still time to correct it.
Of course, there's always hope, and we see how Coach Papa is taking the opportunity to talk to his players out on the track.
Yeah. Both teams might want to use this breather to get some new energy.
Yeah, as well as the referees and the NSO crew. They're having a big weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, we have an awesome crew of skating and non-skating officials. And we're very thankful for all of them spending their time here making this tournament happen.
We have Louise Jensson jamming for Luleå against Miss Ruby Jackson. As we were saying, Ruby having had a 9-month injury, had a baby just last year, and has always been one of Norrköping's best jammers. So nice to see her back on the track.
And Norrköping has a nice rotation of strong jammers.
And we see how Louise is trying to get past Queen Jezebel as the last one standing and gets lead without a cut track this time. Very good.
We're 40 seconds into the jam when Louise takes the lead jammer. Tiny Terror trying to stop them there at the front of the pack. strong blockers as well on both
Yeah.
teams. The Lulu blockers are famous for their really strong walls, and they're still keeping Miss Ruby Jackson at bay.
Ruby having the panty in her hand. Lulio is very skillfully keeping her away from her pivot. And there was the star pass completed. We have Becky Blackout now jamming. Not even, she didn't even have time to put the panty on before Lulio called that off.
Yeah, but 10 points for Lulu Roller Derby. Big enough jam, and closing in on the Norrköping Roller Derby.
Yes.
So we've almost played first one half of the first half,
Yeah.
quarter of the game, when we have 55 points for Norrköping, 19 points.
Full team
Lulio.
on the track. Number 10 Roadkill jamming for Lulio, but it is Raccoon Riot who, there she got lead. Very well played from Lulio's blocker number 48, Ruby Disaster. Raccoon Riot already up for her scoring pass. Gets hit by number 19.
Yes, Roadkill has taken off the jammer panty, but the pivot is in the box. So we
Yeah.
won't be expecting any star pass anytime soon.
Yeah,
Tiny Tear manages to hit them out, but it's an out of play block, and Roadkill can put the panty back on.
Yeah, and now Norrköping also lost their pivot to the box. Tiny Terror sitting for what I think was a out of play.
Yeah, it was an out of play block too far from the pack.
Yes. And Lulio realized that, yeah, we have our pivot in the box. Take off that hat.
Oh yeah,
We have,
too many pivots.
we see Junie Jinx blocking for Lulio, one of the players who fouled out yesterday.
And Cruella the Yill jams for Lulu, one of the new jammers on the roster.
Yeah.
Did a good job yesterday. Is now stuck in the pack while Kamikaze is scoring 5 big ones.
Yeah,
in
getting
the first scoring pass. And there's the second one. That's 10 points.
and
Cruella Yill is also through the pack and on a scoring pass. Forces Kami to call it off. 10 points for Norrköping Roller Derby.
yes, and Lulu having one of their blockers in the box, giving a slight upper hand for Norrköping Roller Derby.
Yeah.
Lining up with Molotova Mama, number 14, the Shotinator.
And I think that's Queen Jezebel.
Yes, it is. And Louise Johnson is spinning around the inside, gets hit out, and recycles. And Raccoon Riot finds a spot on the outside, gets through, but she didn't get lead. Yeah, I missed that. Louise actually got lead when she was hit out and recycled.
Yeah, there was a no pass, no penalty somewhere in there. So Louise can call it off. Lulu now with 2 blockers in the box. It's going to be a diminished team starting, while Norrköping have all 4 of their blockers on track.
And there are it's 2 really good blockers, number 48 Ruby Disaster and number 9 Tasmanian D.
Yeah, both experienced blockers.
And Kamikaze easily trips on the inside, gets lead, while Killin is now getting through her initial pass. Kamikaze finds a spot on the inside.
Calls it off just before Killin engages the pack.
Yeah, looked over to her mirror that is reflecting instructions from the coach on the third turn.
I think that's Rage Extreme mirroring for Norrköping. And we're lining up for the next jam is once again Louise Jönsson and Raccoon Riot.
Louise, yeah. Louise having 2 track cuts already, but her specialty is going close to the edge, and now she got through and got lead.
Yeah.
Raccoon Riot is trying to get past number 23, Lucy Slayer.
It has some really nice blocking from the Luleå blockers here. That was, however, an out-of-play block. We'll send one blocker to the box.
And Louise is spinning around, trying to get past Mama and Tiny Terror. Gets only 2 points.
Yeah. Yeah, point was denied on the last blocker there.
And we saw how Mama and Tiny Terror were high-fiving, being very pleased.
Yeah, they should be pleased with the blocking in that jam as well. But Luleå also did a really great job keeping Raccoon Riot. It was a really quick jammer and really strong.
We have number 17 Killin up front, trying to get past. Luleå has 1 blocker in the box, and Kamikaze takes advantage of that.
Yep, lead jammer in 15 seconds.
And Killin is trying to jump through almost Norrköping blockers, and Tiny Terror is taking a trip to the box again.
Yep. Tiny Terror hit Killin out and recycled, but was assessed a penalty.
And Killin is getting pushed out to the outside, recycled by Queen Jezebel, while Kamikaze is up front, getting past, scoring.
Yeah, nice recycling from the Norrköping blockers here. However, after that recycle, Killin got through.
Yeah, and Raccoon Riot has Killin coming through, so she will try to get some points and then call it off. Got 2 points, but did Killin score? Yes, she got 2 points. So 7 points to Norrköping, 2 to Luleå Roller Derby.
Yeah, and the score 85 to Norrköping, 23 for Luleå with 10 minutes left of the first half. In this bronze game, the game for 3rd place at the Swedish Championships here in Borås. We're at SM-veckan, the Swedish Championship week.
Yeah, and we have Raccoon Riot jamming against Roadkill, trying to get through on the inside, get a no pass, no penalty, which means she's not lead. Roadkill still has the chance to, but she takes...
There goes the panty, yeah. No lead jammer in this jam.
Yeah, if she's gonna get through with no penny on her head, yeah, well, she took it off, so...
Yeah. Willfully taking it off, then you also lose the ability to become lead jammer. So
I wonder if she knew that Raccoon Riot didn't get lead, so we'll see a 2-minute jam.
Yep.
See.
Take some endurance from these jammers then. Strong walls.
Yes.
And Luleå now blocking with all 4 blockers.
Yeah, Luleå having their pivot up front now.
Oh yeah, setting up one last line of defense there. But Raccoon Riot makes it through for 5 points.
Did we see a star pass or no, we did not.
I think they faked one.
They tried to fake one, but Norrköping saw that.
Yeah. Yeah, Roadkill still not through on the initial pass. So Raccoon Riot only scoring jammer right now. Even though not a lead jammer in this jam.
They did fulfill the star pass there. We now have Junie James jamming for Luleå Roller Derby.
Yeah, let's see if Luleå can put some points on the board on this 2-minute jam. This pack is speeding up. There's the first point for Luleå. Second point.
It might be that Norrköping will break the 100-point wall. They did that right there with Raccoon Riot tripping on the inside.
And there's Luleå through for their 4 points.
And that's the end of the jam.
Oh yeah, 2 minutes played. Norrköping now over 100 points. Scored 20 in that one. And Luleå got 4. So it's 105 to 27 with 7 minutes to go of the first half.
And we have Norrköping requesting a official review.
Yes. Let's see what they might be asking for. Any ideas?
Well, it's always something about a jammer.
You think?
I would say they want something. They want something on the Luleå jammer.
Yeah,
Maybe something about the star pass.
Looked like there was a situation with a potential cutting that Blocker was signaling that this might be a cutting.
Yeah.
And well, being in the hall and watching roller derby is awesome, but watching the stream is also nice, right? And you can do some other stuff at the same time.
Yeah, we have a picture from Knit and Roll baking bread and watching roller derby at the same time. It's actually, and also doing laundry. That is actually 2 great activities to do while watching derby, because like it's just a few minutes you have to be away from the TV or the computer, and then you can just wait it out.
Yeah.
Here
Turn the volume up so you can hear everything we say, and you won't miss a thing.
Here we see the penalties for these first 23 minutes. Luleå having a bit more penalties.
Yes, Gillen there with 3 cut tracks.
And now the judges, they are talking to the captains and coaches, and I have this theory that you can guess if they got their official review or not. This was Norrköping Roller Derby who asked for official review.
Yeah.
And the head ref, Schreff, I think, is looking mostly at the Luleå, at the Luleå coach, which I would say.
Let's hear him.
That Norrköping got it.
Red team have used their official review. They are looking for a cutting call to be issued to the black jammer in the last jam. Upon review, with multiple referees, were able to ascertain that the black jammer did indeed cut a red blocker, so the black jammer will sit in the box at the start of the next jam. Red team retain their official review.
Very good call from Norrköping coach Papa, which also serves me right. My theory that my looking theory, who the head ref looks at the most, if he or she looks at the one that asked for the official review, they did not get it.
Yeah.
They did not win it. But if it looks at the other team, it will pass.
All right. Yeah, we can. If there are more official reviews in this game, we can try your theory, see if you're right.
And now Luleå has a official review.
Oh yeah, back-to-back official reviews here.
Yes.
It was a long and interesting jam indeed, so they might have a lot to talk about. That means both of their teams have taken one official review but since Norrköping got theirs back, they have the opportunity to take one again in this first half. We only have 7 minutes to play though, so we'll see. Both teams...
Okay, let's see now. Who is he looking to? He's looking mostly at Luleå.
Yeah.
And if my theory is correct, they will not win this official review.
All right. Yeah.
What, like, will you bet? Will you bet?
If I'd bet against you?
Yeah.
I don't usually bet. I tend to root for all teams at all times, so it's hard for me to bet at anything.
Okay, I win glory, if I'm right.
Let's hear Shreff.
Black team chose to use their official review. They're looking for a forearm penalty to be issued to the red jammer at the end of the last jam. The referees did see forearm contact, but they were not able to tell if there was enough forearm contact to warrant a penalty. So therefore, the no call will stand. Black team lose their official review.
I'm too good at this. So there you go.
Yeah.
My theory, 100% correct this game.
Yeah, that was very scientific.
Yeah.
So that means we will start the next jam with the power start for Norrköping Roller Derby and Luleå Jammer in the box. That jammer is going to be Juni Jinx.
But Luleå puts out Louise Jönsson as a pivot, so...
Yeah, that might be a hint.
Yeah. Let's see if Norrköping will try to keep the Luleå Jammer from their pivot.
Yeah, but some pivots are double threats as well, and
Yeah.
Juni Jinx did score points in the last jam, might do a real good job as well, so that star pass opportunity might not be necessary.
And
Kamikaze makes it through for lead jammer.
yeah. We see
Juni Jinx standing up in the box.
We see already how Norrköping's blockers is targeting Louise Jönsson,
Yeah.
who is gazing back, looking towards Juni Jinx, who is now back on the track, getting hit out and recycled back by Queen Jezebel, while Kamikaze is trying to push her way through a really strong wall.
Yeah, both portions of the back here being pushed out. We see some blockers bridging.
And
Juni Jinx gets a penalty. It was a low block, I think.
it was a cut track.
Was it a cut track? All right.
So back to the box, and Louise will just have to use her blocking skills.
Yes, indeed.
And
Kamikaze is still on the track and racking up points now.
Yes, and Louise giving a hit, but
Yep,
falls out, and
nice attempt there.
Kamikaze dodging a hit and calls it out,
Oh.
while Juni Jinx is standing in the penalty box, which will give Norrköping another power start.
Yeah, that was tactical call off by Norrköping Roller Derby. They want to keep Juni Jinx as the jammer.
Yes.
Now with the jammer panty in hand, standing up in the box.
And we have Raccoon Riot on the jam line for Norrköping, getting
Yeah.
some tips from Queen Jezebel.
Both teams with 4 blockers on the track, so Luleå have a good opportunity of trying to stop Raccoon Riot. It's Louise Jönsson, the last line of defense, gets hit to the inside of the track, and Raccoon Riot gets lead jammer status.
And Juni Jinx is back on the track with the penny in her hand, searching for Louise, and there completes the star pass.
Yes, but Louise is still behind the wall and needs to make it through to get the initial pass.
She gets heavy hits from Queen Jezebel, who in her turn gets quite a few hits, and
Yep.
Louise jumps the apex and gets...
Raccoon Riot makes it through for another 4 points and calls it off.
Yeah, and the score being Luleå at 27 points and Norrköping at 118. There we see the nice apex from Louise in replay. And now we have Ms. Ruby Jackson on the jam line against Killen.
Yeah, and 4 blockers from each team. No one in the box right now.
Killen up front, trying to push her way through. We have Queen Jezebel, Becky Blackout, Tiny Terror, and...
Yeah, Gaby Grenade is in the pack, trying to give some offensive help to Killen.
we see Agonia Knox taking a trip to the penalty box for a forearm penalty, which means Killen only have 3 blockers to pass.
Yeah,
making
Miss-
sound like it's easy, but
Yeah, it's also Miss Ruby Jackson has to play. Does not get very much help right now.
now we see how Killen gets a track cut. She got hit out by, I think it was Queen Jezebel, and thought maybe that Queen Jezebel also went out the track and continued. But this means another power jam for Norrköping Roller Derby. And Miss Ruby Jackson, who has not completed a pass yet, but does that there and calls it off.
Pushed both of the Luleå blockers into an out of play situation and made it through.
And
a strong push there.
And we have another official review, of course, from Norrköping, who retain their official review.
Yeah, they really want to make it a 2 out of 2 official review situation here.
And we see the Luleå coach coming to the inside.
Yeah. But the Luleå jammer is already in the box.
Yeah,
so
and
the question is what they want. Do they want to add another 30 seconds to that trip?
That would be really beneficial for Norrköping since Killen already has a few penalties. I think she
this
has
was the fourth
4.
trip.
Yeah, she has 4 cut track penalties, which is a lot since we are only in the first half. So adding another penalty would be really bad for Luleå, meaning that she would have to be a lot more careful during the second half. And looking at the score, I think Luleå need to bring out everything they got and not hold back.
Yes, they need to get a couple of bigger jams as well, I guess, to get the big scoring the big scoring jams to try and.
As we saw now we have Shrev talking to the coaches. I would say he's looking a bit more towards the Norrköping coach, which if my theory is correct, I would say they won't get this. They won't get this one.
Let's see what Shrev has to say.
Red team have used their official review. They're looking for a cutting call to be issued to the black jammer in the last jam on top of her penalty. The referees are not able to ascertain if the jammer did indeed better her relative position, so therefore the no call will stand.
All right, so you were right.
Yes.
The no call for a requested cut track penalty will stand. However, Killen is still sitting down in the penalty box when we start this power jam for Norrköping.
Together with number 23, Lucy Slayer. So Raccoon Riot almost getting through on the inside, trips and gets recycled.
Yeah, they tried to grab the shirt of the of the blocker there to get past. Killen is back on track.
Yeah, and Raccoon Riot having a tough time getting past Tasmanian D and getting a last hit from Ruby Grenade, but gets through and becomes lead jammer. Killen trying to get through on the inside, gets a hit from Tiny Terror, who herself gets a forearm penalty and another trip to the box.
Killen has taken off the helmet cover, but is now through for initial pass. Puts the star back on and approaches to the pack while Raccoon Riot is lead jammer and engaged in the pack. Calls it off just before Killen can score any points. Raccoon Riot, however, only gets a 1 point. It's a 1-0 jam.
Yes.
That's a short one.
And that was Tiny Terror's fourth penalty, her second forearm penalty. She is a really vital blocker for the Norrköping team. So we have a few potential fallouts for the second half. This is less than 1 minute on this half. Seeing Kamikaze trip on the inside, almost falling, but keeping her balance and gets lead.
Yeah, Norrköping draws a cut track penalty on Louise. It's the pivot here who did really nice drawback there. It's Becky Blackout who forced that cut track penalty on Louise Jönsson. And it's a power jam for Norrköping.
And Luleå loses as well. Number 9, Tasmanian D. While Kamikaze scores 5 points. We see Louise Jönsson standing up and now entering the track. Luleå is getting ready for Kamikaze. And Norrköping gets hit by Louise, getting hit back and recycled by Queen Jezebel.
Yeah, Luleå did not manage to get their wall together.
Really nice apex combined with a hit against Tiny Terror.
Yeah, Tiny Terror back in the penalty box.
For the 5th time. And Louise Jönsson coming up for a scoring pass, having 2 jammers in the box.
Nice jump there. Turns around, jumps from one foot to the other and lands backwards. That's really cool. And that's the first half. We're in intermission, 15-minute break before we hit the second half of this really exciting bronze game between Norrköping Roller Derby and Luleå Roller Derby.
Here we see the replay
that's a good jump there.
It's always fun to watch Louise jam.
Yeah, really good skater. Really good skaters on both these teams. And now in the intermission, we will see the Vienna Fair leaders.
They are giving nice shout outs to the team that are exiting the track.
Yeah, that's what cheering is about, you know?
They did a really nice performance yesterday. We are really happy to have them here from all the way from Vienna.
Yeah, I bet the teams are really happy now to get this nice car wash on the way to the locker room for the halftime talk.
I would say it's like they must be really warm.
Yeah.
It's like being fanned the
yeah,
way.
It's more of a fan than a car wash.
And looking at the points, we have 130 to Norrköping Roller Derby, 101 points before Luleå Roller Derby's 31. Oh, they're 129.
And we're back with 1 minute 15 seconds left to the second half. We just saw some words from one of our sponsors, that's WFTDA, and the Roller Derby Swedish Championships are also sponsored by Pecan Print, Tony's, Auto 7H, Sticky Skates, Newhouse, Morris, Café Viskan, Busk, and Byggbröderna.
Yes, a big thank you to you for making this Swedish Championships in Roller Derby happen.
Yeah, we're very happy to be at this event that's hosted by the local league, Stitch City Roller Derby, here in Borås.
It's the second time that the Swedish Championships is being held in Borås. Last time was in 2013 or 2014.
Yes.
The first time was in Halmstad.
Yeah, and then it was in Borås, and it's been in Sundsvall and Norrköping as well. When we're back, and it's Louise Jönsson jamming for Luleå Roller Derby and Raccoon Riot for Norrköping.
Norrköping having number 33 Becky Blackout and 253 Tiny Terror in the box, making it a bit easier for Louise Jönsson, who is up for a scoring pass going on the inside. And we see Raccoon Riot getting through the pack, getting a no pass, no penalty, and is also up for a scoring pass. Louise looking back, seeing Raccoon coming up and calls it off after getting her 4 points.
Yeah, so first jam won by Lulu Roller Derby in the second half. I wonder what they've been talking about in the half time and what they're going to do to try and win back this gap.
We have number 17 Killing on the jam line for Luleå. Killing having 4 penalties from the first half.
Kamikaze jamming for Norrköping Roller Derby gets through as the lead jammer.
While Killing is getting hit out and not recycled that far. Just got in the back of Norrköping's blockers. Having a tough time getting through Queen Jezebel and now Tiny Terror, last blocker standing.
Yeah, both teams were bridging out here. Luleå almost manages to reform the wall in front of Kamikaze, but they make it through and call it off.
Kamikaze looked at her coach, Papa, who signaled call it off, and so she did.
So that's 4 points for Norrköping, 4-4 in this half so far. Still a 99-point lead for Norrköping Roller Derby.
Yeah, and we have 2 really familiar jammers on the jam line. Number 30, Raccoon Riot for Norrköping against number 10, Louise Jönsson. And
yeah, Raccoon Riot jumps past on the outside but gets a track cut. So Louise Jönsson has a power jam opportunity here.
A very good situation for Luleå Roller Derby, who has almost 100 points to get up to Norrköping's 134.
Yes, and Luleå are trying to keep one of the Norrköping blockers behind them to keep the pack in back, but they managed to form a wall, and Louise Jönsson has to struggle with 3 blockers from Norrköping.
And getting past Tiny Terror and scoring 5 points. And Raccoon Riot
leaves the box, yeah.
Yeah, and is on the track, trying to get past on the inside, gets caught behind one of her own blockers, and gets a hit by number 48, Ruby Disaster, and gets through.
Louise Jönsson calls it off after that initial pass. Louise scoring another 3 points. It's 8 points for Luleå Roller Derby and 0 for Norrköping.
Slowly getting there, Luleå. Keep it up.
And it's Killin, number 17, jamming against Miss Ruby Jackson, number 5, 6, 7, 8.
We have all blockers on the track. And blockers starting up by the pivot line. And
yeah, both teams seem to want to get some speed for the jammers there.
yeah.
And both teams do have really like quick, jumpy lateral jammers. So.
And we saw Killing getting through on the inside, getting lead, and Ruby Jackson now up for her scoring pass. Killing getting hit to the outside, decides to call it off.
Yeah, I wonder if any hips were passed there. The referees are talking a little bit, and
2 points.
2 points for Luleå. Well, they've won 3 out of 4 jams so far this half.
Yeah.
I think they had a good talk in the halftime.
Yes.
Norrköping has a good following here in the audience.
Yeah, a bit closer to Borås from Norrköping than it is from Luleå, as we talked about earlier. Luleå being the most northern team here in Sweden.
Yeah.
Having a long way to travel, and we have number 10 Roadkill jamming for Luleå against number 30 Raccoon Riot.
Raccoon Riot, who's been jamming pretty much every second jam, I guess.
Yeah.
Gets through for lead jammer. While Roadkill is still struggling with the wall.
Yes, she's having quite a trouble getting past Becky Blackout, Mama, and Queen Jezebel, while Raccoon Riot scores 5 points and is now up on her second scoring pass.
And the roadkill makes it through, puts the helmet cover back on, while Raccoon Riot calls it off, satisfied with scoring 9 points. It's 9-0. It's now a 98-point lead for Norrköping. Luleå have...
I will let you do the counting from now on. It's
I'll
not
do the math.
Usually not my strong side. And
I'll just do the math and you do all the talking, all right?
Yes, yes.
Yep.
Luleå lost Tasmanian D to the penalty box just before the jam ended, so Luleå will be 1 player short for almost for the first 30 seconds, and they will also be without a jammer since Louise Jönsson got a cut track penalty. It was her 4th cut track penalty, so now they have two jammers with 4 penalties, and it's only 7 minutes in the second half.
Yeah, and Junie Jinx, blocker for Luleå, also has 6 penalties. So.
And that's one of their pivots.
Yes.
We have Kamikaze as a single jammer on the track.
Louise Jönsson, however, leaves the box now and is back on track.
Yes,
Shoots
and
past a few blockers there, but needs some help to get through.
yes, Luleå sends up number 48, Ruby Disaster. And
Louise jumps around again, landing backwards, and makes their initial pass. Kamikaze is hit out by Ruby Disaster, but gets a cut track penalty at the same time. Yeah, that's with the new cutting rules. You have some opportunity to get back on the track, but here the jammer called the jam while standing back on track after having hit out. So I guess the refs would assess that as a cutting.
a good opportunity here for number 17, Killen, to score some points, since Norrköping also has 2 of their blockers in the penalty box. Good
quick offense here. But Norrköping managed to get both blockers ahead.
Yes.
Still, Killen makes it through.
They have Tiny Terror and Becky Blackout, and now being joined by number 18, Blocktopussy. Pack speeding up a bit. Killen gets past Travels on the edge and have to exit the track and recycles back behind Norrköping's blockers.
Yeah, I think that was Tiny Terror who hit them out. Really strong blocker on the lines.
She is really a tiny terror for the opposing blockers.
Yeah.
And we see here Kamikaze getting full on with both number 43.
Oh yeah, she's realized
Adrenaline.
that you need to put some power behind the hits if you don't want to make it past the Luleå blockers.
Unfortunately, Luleå loses number 43, Adrenalin, to the penalty box, while Kamikaze is recycled back, Killen scoring another 4 points, hard-earned points.
And the helmet cover has been passed. It's a star pass, and we see Queen Jezebel is now the jammer for Norrköping.
Killen is trying to get some help. Gets a lot of help from number 48, Ruby Disaster.
Who also gets in the way of Queen Jezebel there, and manages to deny that point. It's a 0-point jam.
Yeah, Ruby Disaster getting a forearm penalty, and Luleå having 2 blockers in the box. And
it's a timeout. I think it's a team timeout.
For Norrköping.
Yes, Norrköping want to talk this through. Luleå have been getting some more points now. They're closing in on the lead.
Yeah.
So a 90-point divide between these 2 teams. And there's the cheer for Luleå as well. Let us know that you're cheering. Hashtag your photos on Instagram or tweets with the hashtag RollerDerbySM.
Here we can see on the penalty scoreboard that Luleå has one player with 6 penalties.
Yes.
I can't really see right now which player that is, but
I think that would be Junior Jinx.
yeah. That also did foul out yesterday's game against Crime City.
Yes, both teams played their semi-finals yesterday, and unfortunately they lost, and that's why they play for 3rd place today. Raccoon Riot really wants to get that bronze medal and becomes lead jammer in this jam.
Luis Jönsson jamming for Luleå, gets a hit but keeps on standing. Tiny Terror did not move her from the track, and Raccoon Riot looks to her bench, calls it off. Norrköping being really happy to retake lead and score some points and keeping Luleå on a 0 for this jam.
Yep, Norrköping want to turn this around.
They're not satisfied by winning small. I think they want to win big.
Well, last time these two teams played each other, and Norrköping won by 85 to 87 points. That was in January.
Yes. And with Ruby Disaster back on the track, full teams on the track. Number 33, Becky Blackout, actually jamming for the first time for Norrköping against number 17, Killen, being recycled back.
Yeah, Becky Blackout, a dangerous blocker and often a pivot. Now a jammer, gets through as lead jammer. Well played, Becky Blackout.
And while Killen is being recycled back by Queen Jezebel.
And we've seen some really, really nice recycles from Norrköping. And building up their wall. They got the front wall, which is where you want to be in this at this moment. Becky Blackout making a scoring pass for 5 points, while Killen is being blocked to the inside of the track by Tiny Terror.
Luleå being a blocker short, Tasmanian D being in the penalty box for the 5th time for a forearm penalty, making the remaining Luleå blockers work a bit hard, not being able to give some offense. Now Tasmanian D is back on the track, and the first thing she did was try to give some offense.
Yeah.
And we see Killen with the penny in her hand, reaching over to number 48, Ruby Disaster, doing a really lovely star pass.
Yeah, good timing there, and Becky Blackout calls it off. Has probably, yes, that's the full 5 points on the second scoring pass as well. Well timely call off by Becky Blackout. First jam of the game for Becky. It's now 162 to 58. Norrköping again with a slightly bigger lead, 104 points up, with 17 minutes to go of the second half of this bronze game.
Tiny Terror once again in the penalty box for Norrköping, and Luis Jönsson getting an easy lead, just starting on the outside, and Raccoon Riot jamming for Norrköping also got through.
Nice offense there by Norrköping, or by Luleå, I mean.
Big high fives amongst the Norrköping players. A lot, they are high-fiving a lot.
Well, yeah, I think they have a good team spirit on their team, and they work a lot with the togetherness. Being together is one of their main things that they talk a lot about. They talk about this group dynamic. It's a very dedicated team, as we've been able to tell during the season in the Elite Series, where they've gone from being the new team on the series to third place, and now playing for bronze.
And now we see Cruella de Jill jamming and getting lead for Lulio Roller Derby, while Miss Ruby Jackson is pushing to get through Lulio's blockers.
Yes, Norrköping now out on their initial pass. Cruella de Jill is scoring and
falls down, looks back.
Falls and calls.
Falls and calls, yeah. Falls takes a look back. See Miss Ruby Jackson coming up. Jill scoring 5 points for Lulio Roller Derby.
Yeah, 5-0 jam for Lulio. And it's 96 point divide between the teams.
Yeah, and as you could see on the jam line, a big pat on the back by Raccoon Riot on Roadkill, jamming. And
nice takeout there by Ruby Disaster.
yes, and with the old rules, that would have been a track out probably for Raccoon Riot, but since she yielded and went out again and recycled, she gets her lead and gets to continue to jam.
Yep, and the star has been passed for Lulio, which means Gaby Grenade is now the jammer, and on their scoring pass.
Yeah, and
Well, Raccoon Riot noticed that, I guess. Call it off.
yeah, and Papa was signaling to call it off. Lulio has one of their blockers in the box. It's number 48, Ruby Disaster, who got her fourth penalty.
Yes, and it's Becky Blackout jamming again for Norrköping. They've changed around a little bit in their jammer rotation, put Becky Blackout in there. Killen, however, has been jamming the entire game and is now jamming for Lulio.
Norrköping having a 100-point lead, and also got lead this jam with Becky Blackout.
Yeah, Lulio sent one of their blockers to do offense, and keeping two blockers trying to keep Becky Blackout at bay. Becky, however, made it through and is now on a scoring pass.
And we've seen truck cut penalty being assessed to one of the Lulio blockers. Killing is she has the jammer panty in her hand, and the pivot is up front trying to keep Becky Blackout for scoring another 5 points. Does not succeed. Junie Jinx gets up ahead of the pack, getting ready for an eventual star pass, but Killing gets hit out and recycled back by Tiny Terror.
Yeah, Becky Blackout makes another scoring pass. Last blocker there gets out of play before they can do anything. Tiny Terror now trying to stop Killen, who has the helmet cover in the hand. Puts it back on this scoring pass.
Gets through and is coming out for a scoring pass. Becky Blackout gets instructions to call off, which she does. Getting 19 points.
Yes, big jam for Norrköping Roller Derby. And now in the lead with 185 to 66 points when Lulio take a timeout. The second team timeout of the game. No official reviews so far in the second half. We did see 3 of them in the first one.
Yes, and after this game, we will have the final game being played at 3:30 between Crime City Rollers and Dock City Rollers. Malmö versus Gothenburg.
Yeah, Dock City Rollers, who won the second place for the first time last year. and are now eager to win the gold medal, obviously.
Yeah,
and so are Crime City.
after being third a couple of years, they finally took the second place and is now really hungry for the first place.
Yeah. And that's the end of the timeout. High fives between the jammers, who are Louise Jönsson and Raccoon Riot. Once again, two strong jammers.
Norrköping has Queen Jezebel standing in the penalty box, while Luleå has one of their blockers as well.
Louise Jönsson, she manages to stay inbounds at the line there, but cuts it in the second.
Yeah, she took
in the turn.
She took a full foot on the inside, getting her 5th cut track penalty.
But Raccoon Riot also reporting to the box, and Louise Jönsson is released early.
And Raccoon Riot being released now back on the track. No lead jammer, meaning that we will go a full 2 minute with 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining. Oh, but Louise got a second cut track. That's her 6th cut track penalty, which means one more and she's out.
Yes, so now a power jam for Norrköping. Raccoon Riot, who is not lead jammer, has a power jam situation, makes it through on the outside and then the inside, and scores full 5 points, a grand slam.
Yes, she got through past Tasmanian D and Junie Jinx. Luleå's wall trying to reform at the top, getting a big hit to Raccoon Riot.
Yeah. Bounces off a blocker from Luleå.
Louise Jönsson is back on the track, trying to get past Queen Jezebel, Mama, and Molotova gets hit out and recycles, spins around. Raccoon Riot being held back by strong walls from Luleå, and gets a final hit by 2 blockers. Both blockers went outside the track, so
yeah. Well, full 2 minute jam. 10 points for Norrköping, 0 points for Luleå Roller Derby.
good play by Luleå Roller Derby, though, having their jammer sent to the box 2 times.
Yeah.
And being without a jammer for a full minute, and only letting Norrköping get away with 10 points.
Yeah, that was a really strong wall. I think it's the first time in this game I've seen Raccoon Riot actually being still for a moment.
Yeah,
you
trying
can
to
see
like,
they took a breath.
Yeah, she
and
tried
against the wall again.
Yeah, she had to like put her hands to the side and like take a breath and be like, okay, let's do this again. And it's less than 10 minutes left on this game, so I would guess that the players are quite tired. And as you can see, Norrköping is taking their second time out.
Yes. And after this game, we will be interviewing some of the players. So if you have any questions you want us to ask them, please post it on the social media, post it on your Twitter or Instagram account using the hashtag RollerDerbySM, and we will pick whatever questions we find interesting.
Yes, we will have a talk with number 17, Killen from Luleå Roller Derby, and number 33, Becky Blackout from Norrköping Roller Derby.
Yes, and we're back on. That's the jammer whistle. We have Kamikaze jamming for Norrköping and Cruella de Gil for Luleå.
Yes, and we have Cruella de Gil getting through on the inside, getting lead, while Kamikaze is getting hit out by Junie Jinx, gets past and is through the pack, while Cruella de Gil takes a hit and spin, looks back, see Kamikaze coming up to the pack and calls it off. Did she get any points? No, she did not.
Yes, Luleå have to call it off despite having 2 blockers in the penalty box. They will start the next jam down 2 blockers. And jamming will be Killen versus Raccoon Riot.
Yes. Raccoon Riot, who's been doing a really good tournament this year, jammed a lot the last game against Crime City and has been jamming almost every second game this one.
Yeah, that was a nice shirt whip there from Raccoon Riot, who pulled themselves past the half of the wall, but did get stuck again. However, makes it out. Yes, that was Ruby Disaster trying to stop them at the front of the pack, but it ended up being, I think, an out of play engagement there.
Yes, it was Ruby taking her 5th trip to the penalty box.
Well, Raccoon Riot once again uses one of the teammates to push their way through. Really well played.
Lulio did a successful star pass to number 19, Gabby Grenade.
Oh, and Raccoon Riot is reporting to the box. This is now a power jam with Gabby Grenade wearing the star for Lulio Roller Derby.
Yes.
Pushing with a forearm and gets a penalty.
Yeah, both jammers getting a forearm penalty, which means only jammer Raccoon Riot standing to enter the track. Gabby Grenade will sit the same amount of time that Raccoon Riot sat in the box.
Yeah, I think it's almost 30 seconds. Raccoon Riot was already standing when they sat down.
Yeah.
So, well, Norrköping have an opportunity now with a power jam. And Raccoon Riot uses it wisely, gets 5 points.
Yeah, Norrköping being past 200 points, 205 with Raccoon Riot coming up for her 3rd scoring pass.
Yeah, Molotova is trying to give some offensive help there, but Raccoon Riot is now on their own.
And that's the end of the jam. Both jammers got on the track before this jam was out. The penalty box is empty, although there is a lot of penalties on that penalty board. Let's see if we will have any fallouts during these last 6 minutes of this bronze game. It seems, though, as Norrköping will take their first medal ever this first year in the Elite Series. Such a nice development for this team. And we have...
Cruella de Yale gets...
She gets 2... She gets so many penalties. She gets 3 penalties in a row. She gets a cut track. She gets an insubordination, and...
Yeah, I think it was a second penalty there for skating through the inside of the track.
Yes.
So this means Kamikaze will have at least a minute, probably almost a minute and a half.
Well, since Jill got 3 penalties, she will sit...
one full minute plus the amount of time that Kamikaze spent in the box.
Yes.
Which I think is more, at least more than 10 seconds, because she was not standing up. So that's 5 more points for Norrköping.
Lulio taking their time to hit on the Norrköping blockers before getting ready for Kamikaze. Norrköping doing offense, breaking up Lulio's walls. They're having a hard time reforming. And
it's nice offense there by Norrköping.
Norrköping looking really happy on the track.
Yeah, they're probably watching the period clock and watching the scoreboard. This is going to in their favor.
Yes, and great offense again.
Yeah, Norrköping managed to get the Luleå blockers engaged in the offense, and they missed the jammer there.
And Jill is now back on the track, getting hits right away, trying on the outside to get past, while Kamikaze is in the back of the pack. And that's the end of that jam.
Yeah, jam runs full time.
18 points to Norrköping Roller Derby.
Yes, and none for Luleå. We have a 226 to 69 lead for Norrköping.
And
Only 3:30 left on the period clock.
And we have number 10, Roadkill for Luleå Roller Derby against, once again, Raccoon Riot.
Both teams are now... we have 2 full teams on the track. No one in the penalty box. It's been a penalty-heavy game.
Yeah,
there's a lot of nerve in this.
And that was such a clear penalty on number 19, Gabby Grenade, who takes a trip to the box.
And also Ruby Disaster, another blocker for Luleå, is heading to the box.
It might be that that was the 7th penalty for Ruby Disaster.
Yes, Raccoon Riot makes it through for another scoring pass, while Roadkill with the panty in hand is still struggling with the initial pass. There is no pivot to pass it to.
And we see that Roadkill is being sent to the penalty box for a back block. Another power jam to Norrköping and Raccoon Riot, on Luleå only having 2 blockers on the track, now being joined by Ruby Disaster.
Another 5 points for Norrköping. This is now a 20-point jam. Towards the end of this game, they've really been racking up the points now.
Yes, and Roadkill is standing in the penalty box, going in, but does not have a pivot to give the helmet cover to, since
Grenade
fouled out. And Ruby Disaster going to the penalty box as well.
Yes, and Raccoon Riot makes it for another 5 points. It's now, no, it's another 4 points. It's a 29-point jam for Raccoon Riot with a minute and a half left on the period clock. 2:55 to Norrköping and 69 for Luleå Roller Derby.
They are getting closer to the score that we had the last time these 2 teams met, was in January, as we said, 285 to 87. Seems like nothing has changed. We have a team timeout for Luleå Roller Derby. Needs to talk some tactics now that they lost Gabby Grenade, a vital part of the Luleå team.
Yes, both a blocker and a pivot. Also a veteran skater who's been skating all the championships since 2013.
Luleå also having 3 players, I think, with 6 penalties. So, although it's only a minute and 18 seconds left on this game, so no use in holding back.
No, for sure. Killen is lining up on the jammer line
against
Luleå.
Against Miss Ruby Jackson, and we have
official timeout.
Yes, and the pack is lining up closer to the pivot line.
Yeah, they both want speed.
Yes. Norrköping taking the opportunity to talk it through with their coach.
Yes.
As we were saying, after this game, you will have the opportunity to send us some questions to ask 2 of the players from these teams. We have number 17, Killen, that is currently on the jammer line for Luleå, and number 33, Becky Blackout. We will have a talk with them after this game, so if you have anything you want to ask them, just send us your questions via Twitter or Instagram by using the hashtag RollyDerbySM. We have the entire audience cheering.
Yep, the entire audience cheering, but for both teams. So, yeah.
We have Lula and Sluts United being cheered.
Oh, yeah.
It's the most vocal I think the audience has gotten this entire tournament. They know that this might be the final jam of this bronze game that will go to Norrköping Roller Derby. And it's Ruby Jackson being...
Yeah, they get lead jammer status, but it's closely followed by Killin.
And Ruby is calling it off.
Yep, call off there. Let's see. We have 50 seconds left on the period clock.
And of course, it is number 30, Raccoon Riot, who's been scoring a lot of the points for Norrköping Roller Derby this game, who is standing on the jammer line. And we see number 101, Corella the Jill, on the jammer line for Luleå. Luleå having 2 blockers in the box, number 10, Roadkill, and number 9, Tasmanian D.
Yes, they're also assessed a 3rd penalty for the last blocker entering the track too late. So
yes, and we have Raccoon Riot in the lead, getting past Roadkill and Tasmanian D. Tasmanian D getting multiplayer penalty, and Raccoon Riot calls that off.
yes.
Signing off that win for Norrköping Roller Derby Sluts United, who's done their first turn in the Elite Series and tops it off with getting 3rd place.
Well, yes, that's a very impressive work there by a very dedicated team, strong team, and we can tell now how happy they are. You can see them dancing and jumping around. There are hugs all around, and also hugs all around in Luleå, who fought very well. They've been fighting the entire season and finished 4th. But the bronze medal will go to Norrköping Roller Derby. The score is now final. 259 points to Norrköping, 69 points to Luleå Roller Derby.
Yes, and there's nothing but smiles on the track. Luleå happy to get 4th place once again. They had it before. Last year they came in 5th.
I think so, yes.
And Norrköping thanking the audience for cheering them on.
Yes.
Skating over to Luleå for some hugs, and then for the traditional picture by the scoreboard. The final score is 259 to Norrköping and 69 to Luleå Roller Derby.
Yes.
And soon we will have a little chat with number 17 Killen from Luleå and number 33 Becky Blackout. Still chance to get a question in if you want to hashtag Roller Derby SM.
Yes, use your Instagram, use your Twitter to talk to us here at the Roller Derby Championships, the Swedish Championships. Also, please hashtag all your photos and thoughts with SM Veckan. That's the hashtag for the Swedish Championship week. Show them how much you love roller derby as much as we do.
Yes, and the next game will be the final match this tournament. It will be at 3:30. Crime City Rollers against Dock City Rollers. Crime City not having their travel team playing in the Elite Series here in Sweden. It's a mix of their A and B team.
Yes, and Crime City, who of course want to keep the first place from last year, and Dock City, who really want to win it from them.
Yes, it's been a good year for Dock City Rollers. They've been done 2 trips.
Celebrating the end of this Swedish Championship Series and season. Right?
Jag ska hjälpa till. Jag måste hjälpa till.
Du kanske gör det här nu, eller? Ställa en fråga då.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, just...
I'm standing here with the two of the players from this recent game, number 17, Killen from Luleå Roller Derby, and number 33, Becky Blackout from Norrköping Roller Derby. So first question, Killen, what was your goal coming into this tournament?
Our goal was actually to take third place, so today's game felt really important. But yesterday was like a bonus to be able to play that as well, and then we lost, and then we had a new chance today.
And Becky, coming into this tournament, it's your first year in the Elite Series. You got in last year on home turf. What has been your goal for the Swedish Championships?
Yeah, in the beginning it was just to like stay in the Elite Series, and then we worked really hard and we won lots of games, and then we thought, well, we could just try go for gold.
And what's been your winning recipe? You've been doing quite a big development these past year.
We've been working really hard, the whole team and the whole league. We have a devoted coach, and
we've just been working really hard on like the team spirit of our team. Yeah, because that's make us really great. It's a team.
So the winning recipe, team spirit. Lulu, you also done a nice tournament this year. This last game we saw you got quite a lot of penalties. How did the discussion go in the locker room during halftime?
Well, I don't know if we really realized how many penalties we had at that time. It was just that we have to cool down and just not be too eager. I think we were a little bit too hot sometimes, especially with jammers. But I don't know, we had a really penalty heavy game yesterday as well, so we have to work on something when we get home.
Both teams having really strong walls. Killing, what was your strategy for getting past the Norrköping's blockers, and did you find any specific thing that worked better?
We'll just keep them moving, I think, not letting them hold us jammers and just keep moving sideways a lot, because I think Norrköping as well as we have really strong walls when we can work in slow pace, but it's easier to, as a jammer, to get by if you work a lot of lateral moves. So I guess that was the strategy, and our strategy was to just be able to stay cool in our walls so we can, I don't know, bore out the jammers.
And Becky, you also did a few jams as a jammer. Is that something that you usually do for your league, and how was it to jam?
Oh, it was really tough, the walls. Lydia's walls are really good. I do jam a bit in training, and yeah, I play as a pivot, but yeah, every now and then I do a few jams during games.
Was there any strategic plan? Did your jammers need to rest, or were you just really eager to jam?
Yeah, our jammers needed a bit of rest, and our lineup was like, here you go, you got the panty now. So yeah, it was good fun.
We have time for a few more questions, or? Is there anything you would like to add, or how are you gonna celebrate? Because fourth place is still very good. You took back to fourth place. Do you have any plans for our celebrations?
Well, just maybe have a party tonight and celebrate that we have vacation now. And I don't know, we're just really satisfied about the season and how we played the whole season. I felt that we really developed our game, and in a way, of course, we're disappointed that we didn't win today, but I feel like we didn't lose anything, we just didn't win. We have our fourth place.
And how will you celebrate third place?
I don't know. A big party? I'm not sure. I'm just too excited now to think. But yeah, a party and then a well-deserved rest.
And we're coming up to the finals between Crime City Rollers and Dock City. Who are you rooting for?
Dock City, of course.
Yeah, Dock City.
You have to love an underdog.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Killen and Becky Blackout, for joining us here, and join back and watch the final games with us. Bye.